What's up, everyone? We are a little behind, but we had to throw that intro up there, made by London. So thank you to London for that. We're gonna just jump right on into it. We are 5-0 New York already, so that's not good
Hmm.
for us Fever fans. But
Well, for us New York fans, we loved it. I loved the initial tap off the jump and Brianna right down to the lane for the two. So I mean, I'm appreciating Indiana's ball movement, um, as they go. So
it definitely did a good job of that last night in their win over Chicago. Just a lot of really good passes by Caitlin. The
hmm
play of the game that I saw was her long pass the from one side of the court down to the other, and it was, and then she had another one coming the other way. There was a lot of good passes from her, and just everything about the win last night was really good for Indiana.
let's see. Nair Sabli is out for New York, so that's they're going to miss. Um, Good move by Sabrina. Good layup. So I mean, you guys are young for Indiana. That's the one thing I do appreciate. Good drive down the lane for who's that? Who drove down the lane? Number one. Oh, that's Smith.
Yep, Smith.
Melissa
Yeah, Smith.
Smith.
So I think I'm a little bit ahead of you because I am watching on the league pass.
Okay, okay. Got.
Wallace just kicked out to Clark for a three and missed. Oh, that was a great play there.
What's your time?
They
What's your time stamp?
7:24.
Okay, yeah, you're pretty much about 10 seconds ahead of me.
Okay.
Good give and go. Good movement. Good ball
Yeah.
movement by New York. Yeah, kick by Sabrina down to um, kick down to Benijah and over to JJ. I like that. Good move. Yeah, and yeah, you're going to force Indiana to take that timeout. So, I mean, the movement, the ball movement by both teams it is good.
Yes.
Indiana's doing a good job. With the screens, moving the ball. It's just they're not connecting on some of their shots that they have the opportunity to. So,
Yeah.
and New York
Yeah.
is getting the ball. Both teams are getting the ball up quickly, either way. So, and to the 29 and watching so far, thank you for
Yep.
tuning in. We really appreciate you. Um, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the Hardcore Sports Network, to Nick and to myself, Coach Ed Gladney. I'm at Coach Ed Gladney's Amazing World of Sports. So make sure you subscribe, hit the notification button so you'll always know when we post new content, and always, 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 always share on all your social media platforms. It really helps out everything that we're doing. And you know what? When you subscribe, it's free. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything. So,
Yep.
there you go. It helps us out, and we continue to grow and bring you more and more great content through the Hardcore Sports Network. So, thanks a lot, everyone, for being here. What's up, normal guy Daniel Barry, man, bro?
Yep.
You're always there with us. So happy Sunday to you. And I forgot I was on my other YouTube channel when I put the hit like and subscribe. Don't no one go to the teacher egg Gladney. That was it's a new one. So what's up, Playboy Mitch? He's the actual point guard of the Hardcore Sports Network, as I like to call him. So um, or maybe he's the AI of the Hardcore Sports Network. But so far this game, New York is definitely trying to exude their dominance. Their veteran leadership. Um, I do have concerns about New York so far that they're heavily reliant on their starters and also Kayla. On occasion, Naira will play from down low, but the others, I know they're new and they're trying to develop. So, but I know they probably just started by now, right?
There's still right now we're still seeing Kayla Thornton, or I'm seeing her. just talking about her on being coming off the
Oh,
bench. I think.
okay. Okay? You're on with me now. So yeah,
Okay,
that's what I'm looking
good.
at now.
Yeah, I was like catching up to live last night when I was doing this, and then I would get
Hmm.
behind again, and then
Hmm.
I was going back and forth. So it was a fun time.
Hmm. I mean, it's in New York. I knew they were going to put Bernigio on Caitlin, because of
Yeah,
her defensive ability. So there goes. Yeah, they got New York got it. Okay, good movie, good pick and roll.
another good pass by Caitlin there after she gets the rebound. So yeah,
Oh,
you see on the
you're way
screen it's
ahead.
from ESPN. They're showing it's 13-4, but or now I'm seeing 13-4 at 6:35 left in the first.
Yeah, you're 10 seconds ahead of me. Okay. But that was Stewie with a nice drive. I loved her 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 leadership ability. She does have to work a little bit more on her scoring. New York's wing defense, though, I definitely have concerns with. So yeah, Indiana's missing a lot of shots. So let me see
They
where do.
they had a good couple of misses last night as well. Caitlin hit her first two threes and then missed like her next seven or eight, I think. Um, Only had 11 points last night, but and then of course everything that happened towards the end of the game, which we
So
can.
far, they're at 25% shooting, while New York is at 68%. So yeah, that's going to be a big thing, man. They definitely you're not going to win shooting 25%, man. You're
Yeah,
definitely not going to win shooting 25%. And the other team is shooting 67 to 70%. So they definitely have to step it up. The one thing it leaves me questioned about Indiana is why they're not focusing a little bit more on Aaliyah Boston. I think
yeah,
her usage would help open up some of the players, especially a player like Caitlin Clark, because she's a big focal point for a lot of defenses. So
I agree. Yeah, Boston did have a good game last night, and I mean, it was there's she's been up and down this season so far for sure.
now I know that it's a matter of everyone becoming comfortable, but it's just I wonder what's happening. Why the difference from last year to this year? What's up, Jacob? Man, I'm good, man. I'm good. Glad to be here. Streaming my liberty and hanging out with Nick.
Yep.
Just bringing you guys a love of the game of basketball itself overall. So let me see. Now then, yeah, they're both a little stagnant right now offensively. What have you noticed overall in terms of the play? Do you still feel it's a work in progress?
Yeah, I mean the schedule for the Fever has been crazy for the first 10 games. They went on
Hmm.
a stretch of like 8 games in 12 different or in 12 days.
Hmm.
Or it was a combination of something like that. They were in um 8 games in like 9 cities within the span of 12 days or something crazy like that. So they haven't had a chance to practice and build the chemistry off the court to then like go into a game with that chemistry. Like I see clips of Vegas practicing all the time,
Hmm.
having half court shot competitions. Kate Martin has become a fan favorite, and she's been
Hmm.
getting in with blending well with what Vegas has, and then you see the Fever, who are just of a young team, like you said, and
Hmm.
it's just they haven't had a chance to practice, so they get shoot arounds and they get team travel on the charters and whatnot, but that's the only time they get to build anything. So I think it's just a matter of time of whenever they get a chance to have a couple of days off in a row um, to get the practices and build on that side of it.
So, what's your take on Coach Sides? I mean, some people have said that they think that she needs to go. What do you think that she's doing a good job helping to develop these players?
Yeah, I mean, at first, I mean, I think within the first 3 games, there was people calling for her to get fired, whatnot. This is only her second
Hmm.
year as a head coach, so
Hmm.
she did kind of quickly put Caitlin back in it or into the one after a couple games of not having her there. So it was kind of like a okay, she definitely can feel that and see that that's what she has to do to kind of change it. But she said at one of her post game pressers that she was the game that she got to Tech. I think it was last Thursday. She said
Hmm.
that she needs to step up and be the one to get the Tech and to defend the officiating that's been that's been targeted towards Caitlin and the Fever, the spotty officiating. So, I mean, I think it's still too early, and the team is very young, so kind
Hmm.
of there's got to be leeway with both the coaching and the team.
Right now, you guys have Boston, Mitchell, Wheeler. Is that Samuelson in? Yeah, Samuelson and who's number three for you guys? Number three is Wallace. Okay.
Yeah, so I did see Clark did just check out, and she only sat 3 minutes in last night's game, and then Thursday's game against Seattle, she played the entire game. So getting her rest, I think, can help. But they're being down 23-6 with 3 minutes left in the first is kind of there's no point in
Hmm.
having her tire herself out. I mean it.
Yeah, and also one thing I'm knowing, just like the Mitchell got the rebound and brought the ball up quickly and got
Yeah,
attack, get the defensive mismatch, and then that's what they need to do more of. New York does go through this spell where they start out hot and then their offense starts to get a little stagnated. So
yeah,
it becomes stagnant. So,
yeah,
um, but yeah, I mean, I'm noticing a lot of just get the ball up quickly and take your shots by both
yeah,
teams. I mean
yeah.
it's now
Like I think
26-9. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Katie Lou was just over there on the side there and tried to shoot a three after getting the ball back there and completely just missed. So they got to slow down and get a good pace and a good tempo going.
Benijah, every
Oh yeah,
game you get
they
one of
talked
those
about this
turnovers.
last night. They're showing a graphic. Oh, the first through the first 10 career games,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Caitlin
Mm-hmm.
joined Sabrina, and the only other player to have 150 points, 50 assists, and 50 rebounds.
Yeah, her turnovers though, she has to get control of that.
Yeah,
And
that is.
that's one thing about New York that we have to do a better job on is the turnovers.
Yeah,
And my concern is the defensive. Um, good push, good push, good push. Is the defense their defense against the wings? Teams are getting threes upon us like crazy.
yeah.
So it's at 28-11. Yep. Without having Naira there, if that's going to be an issue, that's why Leah Boston could just bully um, Brianna down low. So it's 28-12, and she got an and one. Okay. So I mean, it was literally almost a 20 point. Now it's back down to it was 14. Come on, Sabrina, you got to hit that, baby. You got to hit that shot there. Let me see who's leading your team in points right now.
I
Kelsey
believe it.
Mitchell 4, Kelsey Mitchell 4, Boston 3, Wallace 3. Yeah, Clark doesn't have anything right now. New York is pretty good. Oh, Benijah has 7 points. Okay. Yeah, Benijah has 7. Kennedy Burke is in. Oh, yeah, she is in. What's your timestamp right now?
I'm at 116. Burks is shooting, or not Burks. They were,
Sabrina, I got you. I'm with
yeah,
you right now.
yeah, 116. They're yep, they just made a foul
Technical
shot.
shot, yeah.
Yep.
Technical shot. All right, I'm right there with you then. And who's leading your team? I think I said it earlier. It was who's leading your team? Oh yeah, it was Caitlin Clark. I think she's at
Yeah.
14-6. And WNBA.
Yep. Another turnover from Clark there. That's
So now we're at 19. Yeah, but it's a good thing that way she didn't give up and she knocked the ball out off of
yeah. Yeah. So that's, I mean, there's definitely, she had a couple times like that last night too, where the turnover there, and then she would get down to the other side and be able to help make a play to not cancel it out, but to not make it as bad as what it could have been. But
mm-hmm. GM has to get a better low post because you can't expect I can't expect Brianna Stewart to man the center post. So on occasion, yeah, I get it. But going up against a post like Aaliyah Boston, she's just gonna continue to draw fouls. That's two fouls right there on Brianna Stewart.
yeah,
And that's smart by Indiana. I mean, go down and attack her. We don't have the low post depth, so she missed the first one. Okay, now they brought JJ back in. Okay, so in for you guys, you have Wheeler, Boston.
I think Berger checked in at some point.
Who's number 33 for you guys?
Is that Berger? Oh no, I think she's 34.
I have no idea who's 33.
Is that Kate?
Kate Samuelson. 33. Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yep.
That's who
Yep.
it is. And that's the end of the first quarter. So it's 31-13 end of the first quarter. Okay. And taking a look at the stats here overall. Oh, they still haven't caught up. They're 2.1 seconds. Okay, shot charts. Yeah, New York is spread. They're more in the lane and then the 3-point line. Indiana is mixing it up, 3 points, mid range as well as in the paint. So, in terms of attacking or scoring, I'm sorry. And where's the box score? You guys are going to right now, as it stands, Indiana is 5 of 19 for 26 points. Is it going to change? New York is 13 of 23 for 57%. Indiana is 1 of 7 from 3, 14%. New York is 3 of 9, 33%. Both have hit 2 free throws. Indiana's missed 1, they're 2 of 3, while New York is 2 of 2. Rebounds are almost even, 13 to 12, New York in the lead. Assists, oh wow, New York has 11 assists, Indiana has 1. Indiana has 4 turnovers, New York has 1. So
Yeah, definitely got to limit those turnovers, and just
balance it
figure
out, yeah.
figure
And,
something out with the tempo and the pace of what we're doing offensively.
Brianna Stewart and Bernard Jelani both have 7 points for New York. Sabrina has 6. John Quell has 5. Vandersloot has 2. Thornton and Burke both have 2. For Indiana, Boston has 4. Smith has 2. Clark has nothing. Mitchell has 4. Wallace 3. And that's your scoring right there for Indiana. So Samuelson, Berger, and Wheeler have been in, but they haven't scored anything. So, hey, what's good, man? Caveman, thanks for tapping in, bro. Yeah, let's go Liberty. You know how we do, bro. Did a stream with Man Cave where we covered the Liberty game too. So definitely knows his game, knows the ball, knows basketball, loves the Liberty too. So,
It's awesome.
but yeah, like I said before, in terms of game tracker, Indiana is spread out. Oh, that's what I didn't look here. Overall shooting for individuals. Boston is 1 of 3. Smith is 1 of 2. Clark is 0 of 4. 0 of 3 from 3. Mitchell is 2 for 4. Wallace is 1 of 3. So right now, it looks like you might want to funnel the offense through Mitchell a little bit more. So I guess they're
Yeah.
about ready to start. So
Clark just finally just hit one, so hit a 3.
okay,
Melissa Smith, I believe, checked back in.
okay, that's a good one by Clark. And of course, it's by depth for her. Looks like, oh, I thought you guys were in a zone for a second.
That
Yeah, you
was
guys
very
look like you're a little bit small, so yeah, now want to attack the paint with JJ. Yeah, that's a D3.
there's Burke from Jones.
Mm-hmm. Good job, good movement, good assist. Was that a foul? That was a foul call. Okay. And you can tell you guys are young. Usually on the defensive end, that's where you usually hurt more. But your shooting percentages was hurting you guys too. Yeah, they're getting fit. They're playing physically against her, against Clark. Everyone
Yeah,
in the league seems to be playing very physical against her.
yeah,
She
and
has to control. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nick.
it just it is it's just getting to the point where like things like last night happened, and it, it's fine. It was fine at first, but now it's just like it seems like it's every single game, no matter what.
Well, I can say one thing. New York also experienced it. Teams are being physical with them because we're more of a finesse team, and this is what I've wanted them to do a lot more is
Yeah,
be physical in their game. So because they have the ability, they have good defensive defenders. So and against a young team like Indiana, that's what you need to do. Is you get physical with them, attack them. Yes, you're going to get them frustrated.
yeah,
And take them out of the game. And Caitlin Clark, I have to say she does have to do a better job of staying composed. And she showed it in her press conference. She was very composed.
yeah.
She didn't say anything disparaging against what's her name? I forgot her name.
Kennedy Carter
Yeah, Kennedy
or
Carter.
Reese.
Yeah. Angel got excited. I get people being upset, but she's just cheering on her teammate. If I'm a coach, I'm probably doing the same thing in a sense. So um, that's also a problem with New York free throws from time to time. They're good free throw shooters, but for some reason, even Sabrina and ooh, good back door, excellent back door. I like that one. Good layup by by Mitchell. But yeah, New York has problems with their free throws from time to time.
Another comment there from
Tommy,
Yep.
peace and blessings, brother. Thanks for tapping in, man. Always nothing but love and respect for you, man. Good supporter of New York sports. But he's down in Texas, so he has his he loves his Astros. But yeah, no, he's cool. But thanks for tapping in, Tommy. Really appreciate you. Appreciate the support. And again, everyone, if you're new, make sure you hit the like button for today's episode.
Yep.
Subscribe to Nick. Subscribe to me, Coach Ed Gladney, as well as the Hardcore Sports Network. Make sure you hit the notification when you subscribe so you know when we post new content. And always share on all social media platforms. It actually helps us continue to grow and be able to bring you great programming. Ooh, good spin around and one. Yeah, Stros and Yankees.
So
I know that's what
I
you
know
want.
we had talked about before we went live here that I'm a PA guy, and you can see my colors black and yellow for some Steelers, Pittsburgh.
Mhm.
But for base, I mean, I like the Pirates, but I'm also a Yankees fan. So we can uh, we can definitely talk
Get
Yankees,
into it.
I'm sure.
No, I
But
feel
yeah,
you.
Stros, no, the Stros got to go. Yeah, no. So
Exactly. So Indiana with the and one. So uh there goes JJ. Good attack of JJ down into the low post. That's exactly what I'm expecting him to do. Uh
wow,
what's that?
Hamilton
Ooh.
with that was a good play. Hamilton gets the two in there. It's just so it happens so quick. There's no
Mm-hmm.
Indiana has no answer for that right
Good
now.
movement, good cutting, good dive. Well, I mean, you also had the backdoor on that one play to Smith, and she just missed it. So, but yeah, I mean, and we're doing a good job of forcing them down towards the baseline. Well, good steal, good 3-on-1. That's the way to do it. Good 3-on-1, good way to attack, and New York's up by 21 points. What's up, man? K, let's go Yankees. Aaron Judge is on a historic page. Shame on Yankees fans for booing him earlier at Yankee Stadium when he was struggling out the gate. Man Cave, you know how New York fans are, bro. We go through this with the Giants. Come on now. We're New York fans are very fickle. We're gonna boo you when you're doing bad, and we're gonna love you and appreciate you. So I get it though. I mean, I'm not gonna want to boo Aaron Judge. No. There's no way I'm doing something like that. So but you know how we what we go through dealing with Giants fans. Sometimes it makes you want to pull your hair out. So and I got you on the Steelers too, Nick. My dad's a Steelers fan. I grew up in the '70s era, so I knew all about the Steelers in the '70s
Yeah.
um, with Stallworth, Swan, Franco Harris, Rocky Blyer, you name it, Lambert, Mean Joe. Man, I knew all about the Steelers until he took me to see the Giants and the Steelers play in Jersey. Then that's when I was like, oh, Jersey has an NFL team, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I know all about the Steelers, so
Yeah,
I feel
I'm
you.
big Penn State guy. So Saquon, whenever he was with the Giants, I didn't mind watching them. And then the reason I'm a Yankees fan, my grandmother is a big Yankees fan, so naturally she was also a
Mm-hmm,
Giants fan.
mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
there's a picture of me when I was like 10 or 11, maybe 13, in an Eli Manning jersey somewhere. So
Mm,
I can
okay,
I've never minded watching the Giants unless it's
yeah,
been Steelers Giants, and obviously
exactly.
I pick my team. But yeah, Saquon, I was a big fan of him, so I wanted to see him succeed in New York, and then it just sucked whenever it ended up not happening, and he is now elsewhere. But
Saquon, in a sense, I, you want to say he burned me twice because most people don't realize, before coming out of high school, he actually committed to Rutgers. And then he
oh
decommitted and then went to Penn State. And now here he came to the Giants, played for the Giants for years, and now he goes to the Eagles. So it's like, come on, bro. But I mean,
yeah,
I'm not mad at the man. You want to go get your money, go get your money. I
yeah,
mean, I can't be mad at that. I would do the same daggone thing.
yeah.
So but yeah, but now he dealing here. Let me take a look at the stats right now. Um Wow, Rutgers gets another commitment. That's 10 to wow. Sorry, Rutgers is tearing it up in the recruiting trail. They just got 10 commits over 2 days.
Wow, that's awesome.
All right, so Indiana shooting 32%, New York's at 31%, 25 from the three for Indiana, 33 still from New York from at the three. 75% for at the free throw line, 83% for New York. 15 to 3 in assists, 17 to 13 in rebounds, 5 to 1 in turnovers. So, and Indiana's leading scorer is still Kelsey Mitchell. And for New York, it's Benijah Laney with 11. So, but here we go. We're back into action.
Yeah, Wheeler just knocked down a 26-footer. But down, 20 something, it doesn't
Well,
really help right now.
you still got to slowly chip away. What you is more on the defensive end. You have to do a better job on the defensive end. So good spin out for JJ with the fadeaway. Good job. So I mean, offensively, you definitely have to hit your shots when you have the opportune time. Good steal. Good steal. Who was that? Was that Kennedy Burke? Yeah, I mean, you had a good cut. That was a real good cut down into the lane, but good steal by Burke and then toss in to Sloot. So, and you got the foul on there. So, no, I didn't look at foul troubles for each of the teams. Let's see. Personal fouls. Stewart has 2. Vandersloot has 2. Thornton has 2. It looks like that was I didn't see what happened
On the
there.
Fever side, Wallace, Smith, Mitchell,
Everybody has
Wheeler,
one.
and Samuelson, they all have 1. Berger has 1. So, yeah.
What's up, Damien? Thanks for tapping in, brother. Appreciate you. Since when have sports been so damn? And Doctor, okay, Caitlin Clark got pushed. As part of the sport, you have to be aggressive, touch, especially in. The only thing I'm going to say, Damien, in terms of Caitlin, if you're talking about the controversy with Kennedy,
Carter.
yeah, Kennedy Carter. My issue was she attacked her from behind.
Yeah.
That's I mean, if you're gonna talk trash or whatever, get in her face, do it that way. You foul her from the front, but when you do it from the back, man, that's I don't appreciate that personally. So is that Mitchell? Yeah,
Kelsey
there you
Mitchell
go.
with a 3.
Mm-hmm. Kelsey Mitchell's having a good game today.
Yeah.
And then, like I told you before, your offense should be going through her right now.
Yeah.
Even if you take the ball out of Caitlin Clark's hand for a little bit. And come on, Brianna, you were open. You have to hit that 3. And there you go. Good movement. That was a good pass by Caitlin, even though. Oh, that's the 3rd foul on Brianna Stewart. It's going to be the 3rd foul on her. She's going to have to sit now. You got 4 minutes. You don't want her to get that 4th foul.
Mitchell couldn't get it to fall. So Jones went to pass
Yeah.
Thornton, and she just wasn't there.
Yeah, that was a good cut and attack down the lane too for her. But you got the mismatch. Oh, you didn't see that you had the mismatch. You had Mitchell on JJ. Set that up, Serena. Get her down in the post, clear it out, and set it up to 2-on-2. That's sometimes what's frustrating for me with them. They're not identifying some of the key mismatches. What you say? My thing is, if she is so loved and respected like everyone else says she is, why didn't her teammates or her coaches do anything to help her?
Yeah, I mean,
Well, I mean, Go ahead,
Yeah.
bro. You got it.
Yeah, it just whenever it happened, I think it was as it happened and I saw it live, I just thought it was a weird play. I didn't see her go right up and just check her into the ground. And then I think Boston was just taken away by it and kind of like in shock a little bit that it was just so out of the blue and so out of left field and everything. But yeah, I mean that's been the conversation of they need an enforcer and someone to stand up and to be that person to go and stand up. Right now, it's just the coach sides, yelling at the officials and her being the one to get attacked. But they need an enforcer and a player to stand up for Caitlin and anyone else that this would have happened to.
I mean, I get that. I do get that. Being a Knicks fan, back in the day, Charles Oakley was the enforcer. So, I get you. I get you. So, Kelsey Mitchell dribbling. There she goes. You gonna let her get hot?
Yep.
That's the thing. That's the thing New York does. I told you before. I said our 3-point defense is a problem. Our 3-point defense is a problem. Soto is the best pickup and the batting coach. Steelers, Texans, AFC championship game. Stroud MVP. Roberto Clemente, the best baseball player to ever step on the field. Rest in peace. Oh, I can't. Oh, I don't know because you're talking about Aaron. I mean Willie Mays and Hank Aaron. I mean Joe DiMaggio. I
Yeah.
mean the best ever. I'm going to disagree with you. He's one of the great ones. The best ever. I mean, and plus his career was cut short anyway, so it's kind of hard to know. I mean, we see we saw what he was at the time, so it's like a Yankees fan with Thurman Munson. I
Yeah.
mean, Munson's career was cut short too. So, best ever. I'm going to say when you say best ever, I mean right now to me it's always going to be about DiMaggio, um, Willie Mays, and Hank Aaron for me. That's for me. I mean, and I'm not taking anything away from Clemente. Like I said, if you want to say he's top 5 in the top 10, definitely. Best ever for me, no, I can't give him that. I mean, I have to look at his numbers too. I really have to look at his numbers to see where he was at. His career numbers, because I think he died at 30? Was he in his 30s? I'm trying to get my phone.
38.
He was 38?
Yep.
Why did I think he was young? I mean, 38 is young. I'm saying, no, don't get me wrong. I mean,
Yeah.
as far
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
an athlete.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, what's up, Mitch? Yeah, hey everyone, hit the like button and subscribe, like we've been calling for. I haven't looked at his numbers, but I'll look at his numbers later. We got 3:16 left before the half. New
Yep.
York is up 44, about 14 points right now. That's a disrespect to Babe Ruth. I mean, I said Babe Ruth too. I did say, but I mean, as Yankee fans, yes, some people most people will say Babe Ruth, but there's a lot of people that will say Joe DiMaggio or Mickey Mantle. I mean, and it's hard not to debate those three. I mean, it's hard to debate those three, because you're going to have good arguments across the board. Now, I'm not going to say disrespect. It's not disrespectful because these are some great players. You can't say Hank Aaron and Willie Mays are not up there. So,
Yeah.
but you go ahead. I know. Let me see where are we at.
230. I'm at two. Well, that's ESPN. 245. Still 44-30.
I'm literally at 3 minutes. So I'm at 250 now. New York's really probing. JJ, good rebound. Definitely good deep rebound. And put back. So New York's up by 16 again. Shout out to the 49 that are in the chat, man. Thank you for being here, man. We really appreciate you. Always make sure you guys continue to follow. We're going to continue to try and bring you more great content like this, and even expand what we're trying to do. Oh, Sabrina, come under control. That was going to be an open layup. That's a problem sometimes. But it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Oh, she's wearing her ring. I didn't realize she's wearing her ring. Sabrina, the newly engaged Sabrina Ionescu.
So there's Smith, and then
Good one. Mm-hmm.
yeah, quick turnaround there. Mitchell again. She's up to 15. Clark with an assist.
Hmm. And where's she killing it from? 3-point line.
Yep, like you said.
The 3-point shooting is what hurts New York. This isn't caught up. Right?
There's Burke with a 3.
Yeah, Kelsey Mitchell has what, 15 points, like you said. No one else is close to double figures. America's getting good balance across the board. All right, so they're up to 16 points now. Yeah, Jones with 11, Lane with 11, Stewart with 7, Burks with 7 points. Wow. Okay, yeah, that 3. That's right. That 3 gets her up to What Tommy say? Clark has been getting the user rookie treatment. She has to work it out. Yes, you're right. She is getting the rookie treatment. I will agree with that. That teams are being physical with her. The one who's not getting the rookie treatment, in my opinion, is the Bayou Barbie. But again, she's the one being more physical across the board. There you go, New York. Um,
And I mean, there was the one what last week we were
mm-hmm.
saying with Reese, and she she said that that's going to happen, and that's if it's a play like that where it's in the middle of a game, middle of a play with everyone around you, yeah, that's going to happen. But an inbound pass and
Yeah.
you're going to go over and just hip check her into the ground, like that's not, like she even said in her post game, and it was called an away from the ball foul, and then upgraded today to a flagrant one by the
Mm-hmm.
league, um,
Mm-hmm.
along with Angel Reese getting fined for not being available to media after the game last night, and the Sky getting fined. They got fined 5,000 for not having all their players be available. But Kennedy Carter in the post game press conference said she wasn't answering Caitlin Clark questions.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever they asked her about it first, she said next question. Then she said they asked her what Caitlin said. She said that she didn't hear her say anything. They asked her what her said. She said she didn't say anything, but that's not true. There's
Yeah,
video of
no,
her,
that's not true.
you know,
Yeah.
calling her a bitch and then going up and hip checking her into the ground. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
they gave her the chance to kind of, say what happened or whatever, and she's now running from it all of a sudden.
I look at it differently. She's not opening the door for the league to fine her. I mean, that's really what it boils down to. If she says certain things, the league might fine her. So, you
Yeah.
know, keep it like that, which I understand. Okay, and Bernicia hits 2 free throws, and they're up 18, and that's what the half.
Yep. Yep.
Caitlin
That
needed
is.
to see. Caitlin needed to know it's 2.5 seconds. You can't do a cross pass. You got to shoot that one, even if it's from depth. But that's a rookie mistake. That's a rookie mistake. So New
Yeah.
York's out up by 18 right now at the half. So, like we said before, Kelsey Mitchell's leading Indiana with 15 points. You have Boston and Smith with 11. Wheeler has 5, and then Berger, Wallace all have 3 points. And that's the scoring for Indiana. For New York, Jones has 13, Stewart 7, UNESCO 8, Laney 13, Vandersloot 5, Thornton 2, Burks has 7, Fibish didn't score. So overall shooting, Indiana's up to 35% now, 14 of 40. They're 6 of 16 from 3 for 38%. New York is 22 or 39 for 57%, 4 of 14 from three for 29%. New York, though, is 7 to 8 from the free throw line, while Indiana is 3 of 4. New York has 26 rebounds, and Indiana has 19. New York has 18 assists, Indiana 7. New York 5 steals, Indiana 2. New York with 4 blocks, Indiana 1. Turnovers, Indiana 7. New York 6. And says fouls are even across the board. So, but that's pretty much the stat line so far. I mean, New York is pretty much playing the way they've been playing all year. What you're seeing is how they've been playing all year. Losing um, certain players a little bit to fouls, turnovers can be the issue, but they do what they're supposed to do against teams that they're supposed to beat. To be honest with you, that's exactly what they're supposed to do. What does Tommy say? 24, 33 games, 9,454 at bats. Oh, and Damien Angel got fined for no so not oppress. It's total BS in your opinion, but whatever happened to freedom of speech? You still have a code of decorum. All organizations do that. I mean, you do have the right to say what you want. So it's not like you don't have the freedom to say, but there there are choices that you have to make, and there are penalties that go along with it. So just like if you're working, you can go up to your boss and curse your boss out, and your boss has the
Yeah,
right to fire you. So
yeah,
you'd still have the freedom of speech. So Tommy with the bats, total bases, most triples in a game with 2 consecutive games with 10 hits, 12 Gold Gloves, first Caribbean Latin American to win. I mean, there's no disputing the numbers, but you compare it to the others that we talked about. So, what's up, sis? Thanks for being here. Hey, coach, just started tuning into the game, and off the bat, I see she's getting a rookie treatment for sure. Yeah, exactly. That's really I see you, Tommy. She has a lot of growing to do, but she's been doing a good job. Not a great job, but good to me. Yeah, she's still learning. She also has to get stronger. She has to put some weight on, to handle the level of physicality. You could see it in her shoulders. It's not
yeah,
college, so now once she gets into the weight room, and that's the other thing. I mean, she literally had a month off to go from college to the pros, where men get 6 months. And you get that 6 months, you get into a weight room, there's going to be a big difference a little bit. There's going to be a big difference from your college to the pros. So it's different there. But next year, do I think we're going to see a different Caitlin Clark? Hell yes. Hell yes.
yeah.
And
And
league.
I'm
Go ahead.
excited for that.
Mm-hmm. She has Tommy over 313 consecutive season, 12 consecutive. He was an Olympic track runner as a teen, but that turned red. Yeah, her flop is a little annoying, like some of her rookie hits. I feel she overdoes it. Her fall, that's just me.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
there was another play later in the game after the Carter one when she got
mm-hmm,
kind of tied up with Angel Reese, but there was like they locked elbows or something. It was weird,
mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
I
even
know.
I said that she did kind of flop on that one. She
Yeah.
got called for embellishment on that one.
Mm-hmm.
But the other ones I haven't gotten to see. I've listened to more of the games than what I've gotten to watch because I was working at a golf course. So I would just have them and listen to them. I wouldn't really get to watch them, and then I would see certain plays. Um, but I mean, for it's more what like the physical whatnot is leading to those. So she does get the calls. So it's not just them, beating her up and bullying her, whatever. But but yeah, the second one definitely was the embellishment and a little bit of a flop.
Look, every player in professional basketball, they flop. They do.
Yeah,
I mean, they're trying to influence a call. I mean, I don't have a problem with that to a certain extent. I know some people are tired of it, and I get it. Some players do it more than others. You know what? That's up to the league and the officials to get control of that. And if they do, then it'll tone down. But for the most part, it doesn't for me. It doesn't bother me. If they're
yeah,
flopping or whatever, okay. That's part of game strategy. That's what they're going to do when they're out there on the court. So, but again, she's going to grow, and you see it. I mean, if you've watched her 4 years at Iowa, um, I did it in high school. See, sis, that's what I'm talking about. So, look, you have to, like you said, you have to learn. We're watching live her maturation, and everyone. To be honest with you, there's a facet of people that have expected way too much from Caitlin Clark. And it's for this rookie class, what I will say is she has most of the pressure while the other rookies are just out there playing basketball. Yeah, you have Angel Reese a little bit, but you don't hear the other ones. What you call it, just coming back from her injury, Camilla. So it's tough for her when you see that. So the Fever need to draft a point guard and move Caitlin over to shooting guard where she belongs. She's not a bro. I'm agree with that. She's a scoring facilitator. That's what she's been doing even at Iowa. This is exactly what she was doing with Martin and Marshall and the rest of those girls over there. And they all played off of her. They knew where to go. They had their spots. This is what Indiana has to do. They have to continue to develop and get comfortable with each other. As I've said to Nick, one of the things I would love to see Indiana do is more working it into Aaliyah Boston. I mean, she's the rookie of the year last year. So it's not like she can't play. She can play. Get the ball down in the low post with her. That can also open up other players. And her and Caitlin working on pick and roll action a little bit more, and pick and pop. And when they do that, I think it's going to help them. It's just that, let's be real. They're what, 10 games, and
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
watching them.
Their schedule has been insane. Like I was saying earlier, they haven't had a chance to practice.
Mm-hmm,
They just went on a stretch of 8 games in 9 different cities over 12 days or whatever it was.
mm-hmm,
And then you see like I said, I see Las Vegas just clips of them practicing, and the other teams too having the half court shot challenges or whatever during their practices and everything like that. So all
mm-hmm,
the
mm-hmm.
other teams are getting chances to practice, and the Fever just aren't. They just keep going from game to game to game. They have back to back games last night, tonight, and then they have, I think, 2 or 3 days off maybe until their next one. Um, I think they play Wednesday or Thursday. I think is the next time they play. So it just between go and not having to practice, not building the chemistry, like you said, that they
Mm-hmm.
can do that and figure out where her passes are going to go, because she sees everything happen before it happens, so she's able to know where to go quickly, and it's
Mm-hmm.
showing right
Mm-hmm.
now that the rest of her team, they're not at that level where they can anticipate where she's going to go with the ball.
Yeah, and their Indiana is played a total of definitely 10 games. I mean, I expect to see a lot of mistakes now. Now, towards the end of the season, I'm not expecting to see a lot of the mistakes, and it should. Do I expect to see a little bit more refinement with what they're doing overall? Yes, yes, I am. So that's what I'm looking for long term. I mean, it's 10 games. Even with New York, we're 6-2, and we're still trying to figure things out. Like
Yeah,
we our bench. I mean, our stars are fine. But our bench. I mean, we really don't have a bench per se. We've been reliant on our starters more than anything. So all teams are like that. You talked about the Aces. I mean, the Aces have 2 losses, but they've only played 6 games.
yeah,
Where I mean, most teams are there's between 6 and 8 games. So no, I'm sorry, 6 and 10 games. The Fever have played the most at 10 games. So and that's because everybody wants to see the Fever early and often as soon as possible. So, and I get it. So, and that's what the league is doing. They're trying to get them early to capitalize because later on, who knows? They may be back down at the bottom end of the spectrum, and then will fans want to still come out and see them? I think they will, but and if you're a true fan and you understand the game, you're going to see, are they improving? Are they growing as they go along? So look at it, some players don't win, and when you're right. Some players don't win in their first year in the league. This Indiana's a young team, as Nick said. They're a young team. I mean,
Yeah.
back to back number one overall draft picks. What does that tell you? So they're not good record wise, and they're still building. I mean, let me see. I mean, Kelsey Mitchell has been in this. Let me see. I'm going to take a look at the ages.
Yeah.
Berger 24, Boston 22, Clark 21, Dantas and
Yeah.
Finette,
I was struggling to say her name
Temi,
the other night. I
Temi,
think, yeah.
31. She's 31. Hull is 24. Kelsey Mitchell 28. Samuelson 33. Saxon 24. Smith 23. Taylor 22. Wallace 28. Erica Wheeler 33. So yeah, they have some veterans in there, but a lot of your key players are young. Aaliyah Boston 22. Caitlin Clark 22. Smith 23. I mean, those are today you had those three. Mitchell started, and Wallace was the other one. So you have young players who are in there starting and who are playing key minutes for the organization. So and they're young and they're still learning. So and when you look at New York, I mean, Sabrina's 26, John Quill is 30, Brianna Stewart is 29. Vandersloot is 35 and Bernard Jelani is 30. So you have a veteran starting group right there. So I mean, and that's the thing. So I just look at it like the only thing pisses me off out of all of this Caitlin Clark stuff is everyone says she made the NBA popular. Are we all forgetting Lisa Lake? No, no one is forgetting that, but we have to be honest, Damian. Most people don't watch women's sports. They have not watched it, and yes, people are coming in droves now to see them. I'm a Liberty fan. I'm always used to Liberty selling out, so I don't know where you're not playing in front of a packed house. Okay, but there are other teams. Most people don't know the Houston Comets, who were a dynasty. They folded. I mean, think about that. They were a dynasty, and they have some Hall of Fame players there. I mean, I remember Charlotte having a team, Orlando having a team, Detroit having a team, the Detroit Shock, and they even won the championship. And these teams moved around. I remember the Utah Stars when they first came out. You know, I go back to its inception. Most people do not follow women's sports. We are probably more of they would look at us more as the fanatics because we have a passion for it. But if you look at the stadiums they're playing out, you're getting 6 to 8,000 and you're playing in a 19-20,000 seat stadium.
Yeah.
So yes.
The
I'm sorry,
the
go ahead, Nick.
Aces moved one of their games. I think it's the second time they play Indiana. They moved their game against Indiana um, from Michelob Ultra Arena to the
Mm-hmm.
T-Mobile Arena
Mm-hmm.
before she was even officially, right after she announced that she was going to go to the draft. Or
Mm-hmm.
it might have been right whenever it was soon after that. I mean, teams were already getting bigger arenas because they knew at that time the Fever had the number one overall pick, so everyone kind of knew they were going to go after her. But I mean, teams were Atlanta, Las Vegas, Washington, Connecticut. I think also moved their the games against the Fever to bigger arenas because of ticket sales and sellouts and whatnot. And they said this the other night, last night, that the game that sold out last night, they have already in 5 home games this year, preseason and then 4 regular season, they've already passed the total 20 game attendance record of last year at 80. I mean, last year they got 81,000 over 20 games at home. This year they're already over 82,000. So it's Caitlin doing
Mm-hmm.
that, and then it's the entire class: Cameron Brink,
Mm-hmm.
Camilla
Mm-hmm.
Angel, Kate Martin, who is quickly becoming a fan favorite out in Vegas.
Exactly. And that's why, I understand what you're saying, Damien. I don't think anyone, you know, who knows basketball doesn't respect Lisa Leslie and Candace Parker. It's just that It's for everyone else across the league. It's not as popular, and it's a growing sport, and that's just reality. Yeah, the 3-on-3 league is going to be starting, so I mean, the men already have that, and now, and we're already starting in the second half.
Yep.
But yeah, now it's starting to pick up. So and there's nothing wrong with that. And oh, they missed the shot. Oh, good steal. Good pass by Caitlin. You see, and there was a nice open, forced the defense to collapse on her. So I get it. So, well, Indiana's starting to make a push. They're going to make that strong push. New York has to do a better job.
It's a turnover and score from Smith.
Mm-hmm. Good steal. Is coach going to call a timeout? No, she's going to let it play through. Okay, so yeah, Indiana came out strong, and now instead of calling a quick timeout, coach is just going to trust their veterans.
That was
So good movement.
Hamilton there again. She reached her 2000th career point
Mm-hmm.
before to close out that first half.
Sunday fun day out here in H Town. Drop top. Man, stop showing off. So what you got? You got nice weather. I like it cool and cooler. So and that's me. So come on, Bree. You got to hit that shot. JJ, don't pick up a foul. Don't be stupid. Back. Oh no, you got to be up on her. All right, let Bree. Yeah, Brianna has 3 fouls though. Good defense though. Okay, now they're not starting to hit their shots. This always seems to be a problem.
That was like right there at 7:15. They went right down, rushed it, and took an off balance shot for 3 and missed. I mean, they did get the rebound and ended up scoring anyway. But it's like slow it down, get a pace, get a tempo.
Mm-hmm. Come on, coach. You got to call a timeout now. You have to call a timeout. They're starting to chip away. They're pushing it. They're pushing it. They're trying to press you, and they're pushing it.
There we
And
go.
turnovers galore, man. Jeez. You have the mismatch. Yep. The mismatch created opportunity. You can right for Kelsey Mitchell. Good shot. Yeah, you had to take that timeout, coach. They got it down to 12 points now. Good job by Indiana. I mean, you see
Yeah.
right there, fighting. They're not giving up. Good movement. New York is not helping. Turnovers, poor shots, and Indiana's doing a good job. Finding a mismatch and attacking the mismatch to open up shots for other players. What did I say earlier? Get the ball into Leah Boston. That forced the double
Yep.
team, which allowed Mitchell to get right to the free throw line and get a shot there. So, good job by them. New York, settle down now and get back to what you were doing in the first half. Because right now, let me see. Indiana is, what did they haven't updated? The third quarter. I want to see who's winning the quarter. What's the points in the quarter so far? Yeah, 8-2 Indiana so far. So Indiana's +6 right now.
Yeah.
So let me see if I can turn this off. Here we go. But I have faith New York will settle in, and they're going to do what they need to do in terms of back to playing the type of basketball that they need to play. So let's see, the Suns are 7-0. They're the only undefeated team. Everyone else has at least 2 losses. Hmm. So the in terms of game tracker, oh, wow, New York hasn't really taken that many shots. If that's correct, they've only taken 2 shots, while Indiana's taken 6. Let me see, and the turnovers. I talked about that before. Yeah, they closed the turnovers. New York now has is has 9 turnovers, while Indiana has 7. So, and that's also another problem with New York. It becomes those turnovers, and they're trying to do too much sometimes. In my
Yeah.
opinion, they're trying to do some of the flashy passes or whatever. Just get back to fundamentals. Play your
Yep.
fundamentals. Trust your fundamentals. Be smart, and don't put yourself in a situation, this situation like you are right now. So, what the heck is this?
Yeah, that was big thing in her, Clark's in the first matchup of um, Liberty and the Fever. That was in the first couple games for Caitlin was the turnovers. It
Mhm.
just, I mean, she's up to 44. I think I saw
Mm.
within last night or at tonight or something. Um, but I mean, it's turnovers are always going to hurt any team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, New York 3 turnovers already and 1 field goal in this quarter so far.
Speaking of
And
turnovers,
get it
yeah,
right
the
to JJ.
ESPN
Yep.
GameCast up there, Caitlin Clark steps out of bounds for a turnover. So
Mm-hmm. And that's what you need to do. That's exactly what you need to do. Push her to the sideline, then trap her and cause a turnover. So, and now you come down and you want to set things up and get your offense going. So, good movement, good rotation. Looks like they're trying to set up Sabrina. There it is. Yep, Sabrina from deep. And there she goes. So and that's a good job, good ball movement. Good movement by her. Without the ball, and ooh, she missed that three. Why would she take that three right there? Fan just flew right into the lane. There we go. That's where that timeout comes into play. Good job. And now they're back up by 19. So exactly what they need to do. Now, if exactly. Now, I like the fact that they put Benijah on Mitchell. Now they took her off of Caitlin Clark. Aaliyah, you had the mismatch. Why? That I have a question. I question that. You had Sabrina on you. Go and take it down low. All right. So good job. Oh, we miss Benijah. Turnover. Oh, it's a foul. Okay, it's a foul. Uh, Good. Appreciate everyone in the chat.
yep.
Make sure you guys hit the like button. If you haven't already done so, make sure you subscribe and hit the notifications so you know when we post new content. And make sure you always share on all your social media platforms. This way, it continues to help the network grow. And we appreciate what you're doing, and we'll be able to continue to bring this great stuff. So, Benajah Laney, did she get an and one? Commissioner Cups begin today, which is cool. 16 each. Each team plays conference opponents 5 games. Winner of each conference meets the championship for the money. Okay, it was an analyst. So,
Yeah, I was trying
okay.
to read about that the other day since like I said, I'm new to watching, and this draft class has definitely brought me into watching and becoming a fan. So hopefully,
Mm-hmm.
I know they're expanding. So hopefully, I mean, as much as I hate to say it, if Philly were to get a team, I think I would go towards being a Philly fans because that'd be a game that I could close enough to that I could get to a game. I have Washington, but I'd rather go to Philly and support a PA
Mm-hmm.
team
Mm-hmm.
than what I would, Washington and go down to Capitals country. But yeah,
Gotcha.
as of just, I mean, The Commissioner's Cup, is that like just their in season tournament, or is it any? Is it
Mm-hmm.
okay?
Well, it's not an in-season tournament. What it is they designate specific games, and yeah, Tommy, she is going to be a monster by then. But they designate certain games to be for the Commissioner's Cup. So they end up playing, and whatever their record is in those games, that's where they're slotted. That's why New York last year, New York and the Aces, ended up being the two top teams based off of their Commissioner's Cup record. I think the Aces were 9-1, if I'm not mistaken, and New York was 8-2. And then they ended up playing for the championship, which New York won last year, the Commissioner's Cup.
Okay.
So, and I think they also are getting $500,000 in cash money to share. So, Mitchell for the deep three, she missed it. Good rebound.
So leads back up to 22, the largest lead that New York has had tonight. And as Mitch would
Mm-hmm.
tweet out, the Liberty have 69.
Exactly. Yeah, what's up, Mosley? Thanks for tapping in, man. I appreciate you. You should have taken that shot right there. You were open. They're missing a lot of the easy shots too. I'm sorry, they really are. In Indiana, they had some good shots right there. Good, Stewart. Good move. That's the one thing about Brianna and Sabrina. They had to do good jobs with good give and go and ball movement. Brianna, when she gives it to Sabrina and then cuts right down the paint, gets it, and it's a thing of beauty. So right now, all the starters have been in this quarter, and I think New York has regained the lead, and they're up 16-10 in terms of the quarter. So they're continuing. They've won it. Oh no, quarter two
Still
they were
got
both tied. Okay, 24 apiece. Okay, but yeah, New York is working and doing what they're putting in they're reclaiming their dominance. That's the word I'm looking for.
yeah.
So, and let me look and see. Kelsey Mitchell, 21 points, man. Next closest one is Smith with 8 points. Yeah. But New York, you have Jones with 15, Stewart 9, UNESCO 12, Laney 17, Vandersloot 9, and the reserves haven't come in as yet. So I think Kayla Thomas is coming in, and Burke are coming in now. So you'll be back to action in a little bit if it hasn't already started. So it should be, because it says 301. I'm looking at 318. So, and shout out to the 51, man. You guys have been fabulous, man, rocking with us and watching the game along with us. Keeping everyone engaged. So again, thank you, everyone. Make sure you hit the like button and all that good stuff. You know the routine. You've been through it all. So, and we have no low posts today because you got Kennedy Burke. Kennedy Burke playing the 5 against Aaliyah Boston. There you go. See, that's what I'm looking. That's what I'm talking. See, and you're forcing a double team. Okay.
Yep. So I was just there at the double team on Boston, and 2:53 left in the third, and Stewart just got her 4th foul.
And that's what I mean in terms of that's what you need to do, and Brianna, they're going to play her through. I don't know what's up with JJ now, so. Erica Willard, Kelsey Mitchell is still in? Yeah, she's still in.
Here's Burke again for 3.
Good move, yeah. Good screen by Thornton too. Good screen by Thornton. I mean, and that's good team offense overall. Maximus Jones ahead of schedule.
Back to weird situation. Back to back turnovers there. I think they just didn't get the footing right whenever she had recovered the ball. But Indiana got a turnover
Mhm.
and then got the ball back, scored 74-49 with a minute and 50 left.
Okay, that's exactly what you should be doing. Trying to take advantage of those situations. So good movement.
Laney Hamilton again. My goodness.
Good shot by good movement. And Bree, Benisha, there you go. You're right. Yep. Good shot.
Hamilton's up to 20 now.
So it's what, a 28-point lead? That's what Boston needs to do. That's exactly what I keep saying with Boston. Attack the. She shouldn't be looking to pass. That ball comes into her. You got Burke on you. You attack her. Attack her, take it down into the paint, and either draw a foul. I mean, that's what she's doing. She's drawing the foul on the Liberty. So, and that's the thing that I'm saying as far as Indiana, what they should be doing, which I think would help their offense. Let her dominate and force teams to collapse, which will open up more for the other players. What's up, Luan? Thanks for tapping in. I really appreciate you, man. So make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to my man Nick here.
Appreciate
Definitely
that.
going to be bringing you good fever stuff, and we're going to be
Yep.
doing more stuff in terms of the W.
Yep.
Um, so it's now 77-50. So good job by Indiana, not giving up. And New York, and that's what Brianna needs to do it now. Attack the paint. You got you got 4 number 1 overall draft picks in this game. They should be starting to take over in some regards. Now Clark being a rookie, I get it. She's not really going to be able to, but Boston, get the ball into the paint, draw fouls, or let her start to eat down there. So she hit the first shot. So 78-50, and she's going for the next one. And how many points is she going to have? All right, so we just need Vandersloot, one more point for Vandersloot to get all our starters into double figures. And see, JJ has 15 and 11. Brianna is 11 and 6. Okay, they took Boston
And
out now.
there's a shot clock violation with 50.7 left in the third.
Somebody, and you got multiple guards out there. Somebody has to pay attention to that. Yeah, someone has to pay attention to that. Yeah, Coach Sides looks like, where can I go? What can I do?
Yeah, it's that's the frustrating thing that's been this season.
Great up
Just
and under,
yeah,
yes. So it's now up to 31 points. So now the focus on Indiana should just continue to work and develop your players right now, because it's gonna be hard for you to come back and from 31 down or 30 down. Good way to attack the paint. And who's that? Smith. Good job by Smith to take advantage of the situation. So New York ended up what?
that's how the third ends. 81-52 going into the fourth.
Hmm. Gosh, yeah, that was going to be a good shot. So, so what's your thoughts so far? About what you're seeing, Nick?
I mean, I don't know if it's like because the games are back to back. Like I said, just the not being able to the crazy schedule that's thankfully coming to an end tonight. They get a couple days off. I don't know if it's that. I don't know what it is. It just not tempo is off. The pacing is bad. They can't get down and set anything up and take their time. Um, and just Caitlin is not being Caitlin right now. And then it's
Hmm.
no Smith is having a good game. Wheeler, everyone else, but it just something isn't clicking right now, and they haven't looked it hasn't looked this bad in a couple of games. At least the last couple have been either been close, or I know they lost to Vegas last week by 19. But since then, it's been either they won Thursday night, or they lost by 6, or I think whatever it was. But just got to take the time off and rest up, and then get some actual practice and just start building the chemistry. But that's about it.
Here's another thing: it's your defense too. New York is 32 of 52 for 62%. You're not going to win when you're letting the other team shoot over 60. Heck, over
Yeah,
50s, you're not going to win. I
yeah,
mean, you're shooting 37%, 21 of 57. Neither team, well, New York is 41% from three. They're 7 of 17. Indiana is 6 of 23 for about 26%. So, and then it's also the foul shooting. New York has hit on 10 free throws. They're 10 of 12. And Indiana is 4 of 6. So, they're not getting the opportunities also at the free throw line, which is why I say you should be going into Aaliyah Boston. You know, that'll help open up and create fouls, draw fouls. You know, Brianna Stewart has 4. That's the reason why you want to try and get her. I said earlier, Naira
yeah,
Sabali is not playing, so we're short on the big situation. So you should be trying to get JJ also fouled because she fouls a lot. So but your defense, Indiana's defense, is one of the issues here today when you're allowing New York to shoot 62%. And then of course some of the easy shots that you've been missing, which is why you're shooting 37%. So
yep,
um, I think they really should be working on trying to get this up into the it's going to be hard to get into the mid 40s, but get it into the 40s in terms of percentage and work on getting New York to at least their shots, get it down in, I mean, their percentage to get it down into the 50s if you can. Mid 50s right now would be big, but if you can get it, probably about 57%, at least that'll allow you hopefully to close the gap. But 29 points, it's going to be hard for me to see Indiana coming back to win. I'm sorry.
yeah, yeah. And it's sadly that's been the entirety of the season pretty much for the Fever, given that they've only won 2 games. But yeah, I mean, just chemistry and building on all those things that you said.
Hmm.
Definitely.
And what does New York do? They come down, go right into the low post, and draw a foul, which is what Indiana should be doing. Indiana should be doing the same thing that New York just did with JJ. Come down, attack the paint, and at least draw a foul. So Ellie's birthday is June the 9th. Okay. So she hit the first one. Obviously, she's not going to hit the second one. All right, I see it. So it's right now it's up 30. Missed rebound by Smith. Get it to Erica Wheeler. I see. Yeah, that's the other thing. Oh, Smith is not in there. Okay. Samuelson with a deep three. She missed. Smith with the rebound, and it's up and in. Good job. Indiana is rebuilding this year. Am I correct? Yes, you're right. Indiana is rebounding, and it's going to take them some time. It's going to take a little bit. They do have some veterans on the team, but it's going to take some time for them to be comfortable with each other, know where each other is going to be at certain points in the season. So, um, ball out of bounds off of New York, so it's going to be to Indiana. So, I mean, like I said, you got Wheeler, you got Mitchell, Samuelson, who are veterans, but you still got, which I went over earlier, a lot of young guys. Their offense looks stagnant right now. And the pick and roll, good steal by Thornton.
Oh, that's my. I didn't see who the name was that comment first, but that's my buddy Josh, classmate that had it Full Sail. So thank you, Josh, for tuning in. Like, appreciate it.
Thanks for tapping in, brother. I really appreciate you. And New York does exactly, again, go right down into the paint to JJ. And who's that in? Who's that, Phoebish? Mitchell with the deep 3, rebounded by. Okay, so I'd give it another 3 minute, 4 minute, 3 minutes, and you're gonna put your reserves in. Kayla, Kayla's not on tonight. She was on the last game, but good rebound by Indiana. Yeah, I think that's Phoebus and where's that George? Good rebound by JJ. Is that Sloot? You forcing him to. Oh, Kayla cut. Kayla, if you stayed right there, or yeah, they just got to get on the same page. That was a good thought by there, right? I think they will be a team to watch if they can get some key players in the next few years. I
Yeah,
think they
just key,
will.
yeah, key players or just getting a better of getting a better team chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, and just like you said about like between the period between the ending of the women's NCAA season and then the draft and then getting in right into training camp, Caitlin didn't have that much time to go and meet her team or whatever. And I mean it. So it's going to be a rough. I was saying it right from the start, it's going to be a rough year after they lost a couple in a row. So the growing pains were going to be there, and then once they got the first win, thought, okay, maybe this can be the start of something. But obviously, it's going to go up and down for
Ooh,
this
good
entire
shot.
year. They only play 40 games, so year two should be a lot more fun. Not that this year won't be fun, given that the records they're going to set for viewership on ESPN and whatever other channels and platforms they're on, and then also the attendance and how does the All Star game work for or All Star weekend work for the WNBA?
Um, Pretty much just like the NBA's.
Okay,
The
so
only
the
thing,
three,
yeah, they had to remember they had the 3 pointer last year where Sabrina was on fire, where
yeah,
she made the record. So yeah, I mean they do the 3 point, they do a skill. When they just don't have a dunk contest. So
okay,
and
okay.
then they have the All Star game after that. So but
Okay,
yeah,
so
they
so
definitely
that
have the All
and
Star.
that should be a lot of fun. I'm sure when Caitlin can get into that environment where it's just about having fun, and given that that's that around the halfway point or of the season, and she's kind of adjusted, and hopefully the chemistry is there with her team, and she's can show that she's showing that she's still having fun. We see,
Mm-hmm.
Brianna and Caitlin go, shot for shot for threes or whatnot, and then just see her in an all star capacity. And so it's the same as like it's like conference by versus conference, or do they have
Yeah.
captains and they do a draft or
No, they did I think they yeah, I think they did have the draft with it was Aja Wilson and Brianna Stewart if I remember
okay?
correctly.
So I mean,
So
maybe Caitlin, and Kate Barton end up getting onto hopefully if Kate would be able to make the I don't know how the voting works or
I'd have
the
to go
draft
back and double
what it
check.
would be or but that would be fun just to see those two around
Let me
each other
see.
again that weekend and whatnot. So it's going to be fun still, but year two should be even more fun.
I was upset that Marshall is not coming to the WNBA though. She retired from basketball. I
Uh-huh.
love that girl.
That's Gabby.
Yeah, I love Gabby,
Okay,
man. She's a glue player. I love glue players. That's the whole point.
right.
WNBA All Star.
Yeah, Josh, Caitlin has a huge target on her back. She's like RG3 of the WNBA. Everyone's trying to give her a tough time year one. Yeah, definitely. And he was one that spoke out on what the NBA is allowing the players to how tough they are being with her and physicality and welcoming her to the WNBA.
Yeah, last year it was Aja and Brianna Stewart who drafted. So let me see. Are they doing the same thing? 2024. NBA All Star 2024.
I think the All Star. I think it's
Yeah,
out in
skills.
Phoenix. I saw.
I think it's skills challenge. Yes, in Phoenix. AT&T work prize. All right, the All Star Game to feature the women's national team versus Team WNBA. Okay, this one is new. The WNBA announced that the 2024 WNBA All Star will feature a matchup between the WNBA All Stars, who comprise the USA Women's National Team, versus the remaining WNBA All Stars. Hmm.
That's
Uh,
interesting.
it'll be played the 20th, July 20th, 5:30 p.m. in Phoenix, and it'll be airing on ABC. So I know we'll be covering that. Second, they did this before in 2021. I don't remember that one. Hmm. Okay, that's going to be interesting. But I like that thought though. I mean, plus we have the Olympics this year, so it makes sense. It does make sense.
Up
So
to
right now,
62 people now watching, so we definitely appreciate everyone.
mm-hmm. And as always, like this episode. Make sure like on Nick's channel, the Hardcore Sports Network, on Coach Ed Gladney's channel, as well as subscribe and hit the notification button so you know when we post and share on all social media platforms. And eventually, this might end up being on Spotify if Mitch
Yeah.
decides to put it there.
So
So.
I think we're gonna. I mean, we could probably put this one up there on Spotify, given that we did like I said, we just reacted to it. But we're
Mm-hmm.
leaning towards like the play by plays not being there because it's um I don't I mean it's just that's just a different type
Ooh,
of whatever.
ooh. Did she get hurt? Did Aaliyah Boston get hurt?
I'm seeing Caitlin Clark going back to the locker room, I think, and there's now I'm seeing Boston holding her foot or limping at least.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, losing.
She's not the Patrick Mahomes yet. Damien said Caitlin Clark is the Pat Mahomes of the
No,
WNBA.
no,
Not
no,
yet.
no. If you're gonna go there, you have to start with Aja Wilson. I'm sorry. You
Yes.
have to start with Aja Wilson,
Yes.
with the aces. I mean, heck, you could even say Brianna Stewart. Brianna Stewart, what she's done in her career. It's
Yeah.
just that she's now in New York as opposed to being in Seattle. So, but no, Caitlin Clark is not the Patrick Mahomes. She's a rookie. She's a rookie. So we cannot put that type of pressure on her. That's unfair to put that type of stigma on her this early right now to start her career. So now if you want to say you hope she develops and becomes the Patrick Mahomes of the WNBA, okay, that's fine. I can we can debate it, with other players, but that would be understandable, at that point in time. But who knows? I mean, you have what's her name with USC, who's going to be coming in a couple of years. She may,
Yeah.
take the league by storm. I mean, there's a lot of great talent that's in college basketball now. You have Bukers over at UConn. Excuse me. So, I mean, the women's game is growing, and it's going to continue to grow. And this draft class will inspire a lot of young girls. I mean, I hope, if my granddaughter gets into basketball, she can develop into, to a situation like that, when she becomes of age and, grows, and hopefully develops,
Yeah.
so, but now Caitlin Clark is the Patrick Mahomes. No, no, I'm not ready to say that to her. She hasn't even won a championship.
She's barely even won any games. I mean, they have 2 wins. I mean, she's yeah, it's
No,
that's
I'm with you. I'm with you there. So,
yeah. Hopefully. I mean,
okay.
I'm a Caitlin Clark fan, so hopefully.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean she is Mahomes media wise being the most talked about, just like Mahomes did. Hmm, okay. I mean, I get it. I mean, I understand, and she's bringing attention. So yes, I can agree with you there.
Yeah.
You see little girls right there sitting in the stands, wide eyed and enjoying the game. So, maybe dreaming of the one day being them. So, good movement. Do you have a lot of your reserves in? No, Breonna Stewart is in there now. Is that Sabrina in there too? All right, so it's 90-60 New York. It's what, five? Well, you got 4 minutes on the 4:53 on the clock. So,
Yeah.
Indiana just, score offensively and chip away a little bit defensively. Good curl and drive. That was a good curl and drive. I like that play. Who was that for Indiana? Number three. Who's number three for
That's
Indiana?
Christy Wallace.
Okay, yeah, that was a good
Yeah,
play.
so it looks like Boston did get taken out of the game. I saw they showed her going back to the locker room. So both Boston and Clark are out in the locker room. Clark was, it looks like they were looking at her neck or her inner ear maybe.
Mm,
So hopefully that's nothing hopefully that's nothing too serious.
good defense by Phoebus. That looked like that was good defense by Phoebus. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not ready to say that was a foul. But yeah, good rebound and put back though.
Berger missed the first one.
So she's
Makes the second one, so it's back to a 30 point game.
and 13. Yeah, that was Phoebus. Deutsch hasn't been in this yet. I'm gonna, you know what? I would start pulling my vet pull on Sabrina and Brianna need to come out now. I'm sorry. You got Davis and the rookie. Yeah, you get them out. Get them out because just like you guys are dealing with the injury. No, I don't want to chance it. Coach, come on, Coach Rondella. Get him out. Get him out. It's a 30-point lead. You got 4 minutes. You're really chancing it. I like Davis's defense, man. Good job. Good defense, good deflection, good recovery, good pass over to Davis. And she drew the foul. Good job. That's New York's number one draft pick, Marquisha Davis. So good job by her to attack the paint. And shout out to the 66, man. Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys are really phenomenal, man. Um, I know it's not a tight game that we would like, but
Yeah,
you are seeing a
apparently
lot of
the Minnesota game is I'm in a different group of just all things WNBA. Someone said the Minnesota game is what I thought the Liberty game was going to be. The Liberty Fever game was going to be. Um,
mm, okay, okay. Did she pull out all the starters though? That's what I'm trying to see. That's what I'm trying to see right now. Did you pull out? No, you still have Rihanna in there. Come on, coach. Okay, you got Deutsch in now. You got to take out Brianna Stewart. I don't like that, man. I really don't like that. I don't want to chance it. You're up 33 points. You don't need Brianna Stewart out there. I know we don't have any low post depth, but you don't need her in there right now. Hmm. All right. Well, it is what it is. Good movement by Indiana. Good attack down low. That's a good job, high low. Good job, high low, and good put up for, layup by Smith. And Davis
Another
gets
missed
it
three
over.
for Indiana right off the rebound there.
Mm.
Wow.
Good rebound by Dorcic. Good setup, step, and hits the three. Good shot. That was a good shot. Now it's up to 34 points.
Yeah, that's not not what I was expecting after last night's win. I mean, just because I know the second game of the season, I think the Liberty blew
Mm-hmm.
out the Fever. So I was
Mm-hmm.
wanted to see a little bit more of a better game, and
Mm-hmm.
not just another blowout. So, um,
Oh, and I keep forgetting New York. Now that you don't have Naira, you only have 10 players. I forgot about that. That's right. They were down because then that's the other thing about the WNBA too. Some teams can have 11 players like New York because your top level players eat up a lot of the salary cap, where
mm,
other teams can have I think 12 or 13 players. I think you guys have what, 12 players, 13 players. What you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
13.
8, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. So I mean, you don't have players who are, like Brianna Stewart and JJ. They're at the max at what the at in terms of the salary, which I
Mm,
mean is, in comparison to the NBA is nothing. But
yeah,
they're 200 and what's it, $270,000.
yeah,
So and that's why New York only has 11 players, and when a player goes down to injury, it really, now this is the game though that you take that chance. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, if five, Kennedy Burke, Marcusha Davis, and Kayla Thornton. Okay, yeah, that should be who is in. So, um, and the rest of the vets right now, because we have what, 2 minutes in on the clock. So
yeah. 2:40 to go. So, yeah, I mean
yeah,
this one's
34 point
pretty
lead.
much done.
Yeah, so you pull your starters out and let the other players, and this also allows them to develop a little sense of continuity. And let me
Yeah,
see right now. In terms of scoring, Jones with 18, Stewart with 13, UNESCO 16, Laney 20, Thornton 5, Burke 5, 10, Davis 2, Deutsch 3, Phoebus 3, and Indiana. You have Boston 5, Smith 17, Clark 3, Mitchell 21, Wallace 3, Samuelson 1, Berger 8, Hall 0, and Wheeler 7. So, um, look, Clark only 3 points. That's big. She's 1 of 10. It's a
yeah,
really bad night for her. Really
yeah.
bad night.
Just not not what I was expecting
No,
after last night to come out and play like this. And
New
I mean,
York has
she left it back in the locker room or whatever. So hopefully nothing too serious is wrong, and I'm sure I'll be seeing whatever went down, what happened. But same with Aaliyah Boston. Hopefully that's her ankle is okay. Saw her limping or holding the ankle, but I guess if she was walking and somewhat limping, not looking like she was in too much pain, I guess it's not. Hopefully it won't be that big of a deal. But
Mm-hmm. New York's next game is against the Chicago Sky in Chicago, so
yep,
it's going to be a tough one.
I think it's
That's
Wednesday or Thursday.
Tuesday. Tuesday.
Tuesday. Okay.
They have the Sky, then they go down to Atlanta to play the Dream, then they come home to host the Mystic.
Okay.
So it's going to be tough for New York because when we play Chicago, they really kicked our tail in New York. So
Oh,
New
that's
York
right.
has.
That's was that the game that uh Angel Reese took that the
Hmm.
the arm that wrapped around her, or I called it a sling blade because I'm a wrestling fan, so she took a sling blade almost.
Was that against New York? We've only played them once.
Oh, okay. It was just last week, I think.
Oh no, 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 no! This was early in the season.
Okay.
WNBA needed Puerto Rico team. Okay. Okay.
Well, there are going to be two more two more teams that are expanding. So they want
Toronto, and
Golden State, and then they
Golden
want two
State. Yeah.
more, and they want two more in 25, and then in 26, and then in 27. Or they want total of four more by 2028. So Golden State, and then Toronto, and then two more within the time of 2028.
Mm-hmm. New York's doing a good job moving the ball around. Deflection. Turnover. I like the thought, but poor execution. Good thought by Burke, but poor execution. So still 34 points. Good ball movement. Down low. Ooh, good put up. So it's down to 31 points now. And we have about a minute left in the game. So reserves are doing a good job. Spacing the floor, moving the ball around. And what do we have? We have a foul. Foul in Indiana. Okay. So we got about a minute left in the game, and New York is up. And that's who Fevers. That's Fevers who's at the lines. Who's going to hit? Okay, she hits it too. Yeah, she's from Deutschland. And the reserves. They still needed to hit the shots. Good block by Davis. Just needed to hit the shots. Pass to Phoebus and another three by Phoebus. So 104-68. Is this going to be the final? And oh man, she missed it.
That's going to wrap it up.
Yeah, it's going to wrap it up.
Well,
oh man, speaking of teams, why don't we have any sports teams in Hawaii? Like it's part of the country, they should have. It's going to be about travel. Number one. I mean, if you really think about it, yeah, it's part of the country, but it's in the middle of the Pacific Ocean in a sense. So,
yeah.
but again, that's the final 104-68. New York completely dominates Indiana. And, right now the concern for Indiana, honestly, outside of this game, is the health of Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark. What's going on with them right now?
Yep.
That's going to be paramount to the rest of their season. Like you said, you guys have 3 games off before your next game. So
yeah. So I guess if they play Tuesday,
mm-hmm.
yeah. So Monday. Oh, just
No,
Monday, I guess. But
it's only then. So it's only a 1-day break. So I
so
thought you said
not
3.
not as much as what I thought it was. I think whenever I was looking at the schedule, I didn't. I was looking at the wrong one maybe, but I thought they had more time off in between. Maybe it's after
I'll tell you right
those
now.
two games or something. But
Oh,
so
I'll
it
tell
looks
you right
like
now.
Scott Agnes on Twitter, he had tweeted that it was Clark. It was her ear and Boston left ankle. They both went to the locker room um, with those injuries, and then 3 minutes ago he had tweeted at 8:50 Clark rejoined her teammates on the bench for the final 3 minutes, but Aaliyah Boston appears is still back in the locker room. So.
Mm.
Um, Hopefully, Boston's ankle injury is nothing too bad, and then hopefully Caitlin. I don't know what. Um, Hopefully the ear situation is not anything too serious as well. But
No, and you guys don't play again until Friday. You play at Washington. So
okay,
you got Washington on Friday, then at the Suns on Monday, and then host the Dream. Then the next 3 games you'll be at home.
okay,
So, but yeah, after this they have the Mystics. The Mystics right now haven't won a game. So,
yeah,
but
that was the team that we beat the first time we beat
hmm
them. So
but you're gonna need Boston and Clark to still win that game. So, but yeah, tough, real tough, big loss for the Fever. Big win
yeah,
for the Liberty.
yep,
Being able to pretty much do whatever they need to do. You know, pretty much all their starters are basically almost scored it all in double figures. So every player did what shot and scored. New York overall shot 58% from the floor. Indiana 37%. Indiana shot 25% from three. New York 44%. New York was 85% from the free throw line. Indiana 64%. New York out rebounded them 44 to 35. New York dominated in assists 30 to 18. New York had 9 steals, Indiana 6. 6-1 blocks for New York. Turnovers were almost even 13 to 12. New York had 13 turnovers, and fouls were okay. I mean, 17 to 15. Indiana with 17. So but that's how the final stats look right now. Leading scorer for Indiana, we said, was Kelsey Mitchell with 21. She was 9 of 19 overall, 3 of 19 from the three. And leading for New York was Benijah Laney, 20 points. She was 7 of 9 overall, 1 of 1 for three. So she had a really good game. So, but that's the breakdown. That's of the key players and overall the team overall look. So, and New York's next game is Tuesday against the Chicago Sky. So it's going to be a very tough one. Playing in Chicago, we had a tough loss. That was, I think, we lost by 9 to them.
mm.
I know we're going to look for redemption, but it's definitely going to be tough because Chicago plays very physically. They also have Cardosa back, so it's going to be a big one. So next
She
two
had a
games are going to
good
be.
she had a good game in her debut against the Fever
Mm-hmm.
on Thursday or
Mm-hmm.
Friday. I think it was Thursday. She played really well. Struggled at
Exactly.
times, but overall played really well. It was fun to watch her finally play at this level.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So and when she gets her win down and gets get into the groove of things, she's definitely going to be a player in the league, and
Yeah,
she's going to help that team. They're already at one of the top rebounding teams in the league, also. So you add her with 6'7" into that lineup, it's just going to help Angel Reese a whole lot more in the low post. So
yeah,
it's going to be interesting. I look forward to the challenge and watching it. Or I have a show, but I'll have it on. But what do you got going on the rest of this week, Nick?
Just wrestling action. So Monday I will be. I don't do the watch along for Raw that we have on the network there, but
Mm-hmm.
I will be live tweeting, live posting it on Facebook, and jumping in the chat with them. Hopefully, if I decide to watch it, I sometimes go to sleep and just watch it next day on Hulu. But then Tuesday, NXT with London, who made the intro and just
Mm-hmm.
debuted the new Queen of the Ring intro. So um, then Dynamite on Wednesday, and then anytime if I can do a stream for the WNBA, I will probably be trying to do that. And then Thursday, if we can confirm, or but we can shoot for Thursday for the debut episode of Full Court Press.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I will I'll talk to Mitch here in a minute once we wrap up on here and kind of get that squared away and get the
Mm-hmm.
stream for that created and whatnot. So, and
Mm-hmm.
then Friday SmackDown, but like I said, I'll be live posting that and then, covering all the other WNBA games. So that's my week.
All right. I mean, I know me. Tuesday, Heart of the City with my partner NYG, also known as Unpopular Opinion Sports. Wednesday, I have the Pick and Roll podcast, and Thursday Full Court Press. Saturday, I'll have the halftime coaching adjustment show with Philly Halftime. Two old farts just talking sports and life in general.
Yep.
So, busy week for me, and who knows? I mean, if I can get a video in there somewhere along the line. So I
Yeah.
got to get back to making my video. So,
Yep.
but to the 61 in the chat, you guys have been phenomenal. I mean, really appreciate you. Tommy, Luca about ready to kill the Celtics. Kyrie's revenge. Damien, Lace 'em Up Sports.
Thank you, Josh.
Mosley,
Mitch
Art
was in here
Cook,
for a little bit.
Man Cave, Scooby, Mitch. Who am I missing? Did I miss anybody? Tyler Helton. I think I got everyone. Man Cave, Jacob. Have all the
Normal
normal
guy
guy,
and
Daniel
Daniel Berry
Berry.
Sports.
Thanks you all for tapping in the chat, for being there, talking with us as we brought you this game. Not the outcome, but still a great opportunity to stream the game, and looking forward to doing more, bringing more. Make sure you get, again, like I said, you guys, subscribe to Nick with Sleepers Sports Media, as well as the Hardcore Sports Network, as well as myself, Coach Ed, with Coach Ed Gladney's Amazing World of Sports. Really appreciate everyone for being here, and look forward to being back again with you guys. So with that, looking forward, I'm going to leave with what I always say in sports. Make sure you turn it on and turn it up. Y'all have a good night.
Yeah, gonna wrap this one up. Thanks, guys.